You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Ian Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, and streaming live on Ustream, this is AFTERBUZZ TV for Modern Family. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest Modern Family news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, it's AFTERBUZZ TV for Modern Family.
Hi there. How's everybody? I hope everyone had a safe holiday week. And yeah, I keep feeling like today is Sunday for some reason because just no one's out in the world right now. You know,
because you overslept.
Have Thanksgiving and then no, actually I was up at 6 a.m. this morning.
Well, that's why I felt like Sunday. Did you go to church?
Just like normal things that would be open on Friday aren't really open in progress. But
What's not open?
Well, some like smaller chains by my house that take the entire weekend because they can, because it's run by a family.
Oh, okay.
Those kinds of things.
Yeah.
So you can just tell that it's kind of like ghostly in parts. Anyhow, this episode for Modern Family called Punkin Chunkin.
Punkin Chunkin.
Punkin is a pumpkin, but punkin is the slang-ish version. You can probably find it on Urban Dictionary.
Well, actually, yeah, Punkin Chunkin is apparently it's a show. It's a competition, and then they do a show.
Oh yeah.
On the Discovery Channel, which is not affiliated with ABC or Disney, but they do a whole thing. They have a world championship. The next one is November 2nd through 4th in 2012.
Oh, nice. So we just missed it.
Yeah, it's like hardcore. It looks like. I mean, they have like guns with hydraulics. Like,
oh yeah, like
hardcore.
those. Yeah, like the things that shoot out T-shirts, maybe at like football stadiums,
exactly,
like
but
has that
huge
pressure.
Ones.
Yeah,
but, I mean, this is
that's awesome.
It's very scary. Check it out, punkinchunkin.com.
The canon of 2011.
That's right.
Of
the
new
future.
Yeah, the canon of the future. So, how was your holiday?
My holiday was very good, thank you.
Yeah?
I spent it with some friends here in LA.
Nice.
My fiance, my friend, hosted he and his very pregnant wife. They are expecting twins, so we're kind of like, this is kind of the last child-free Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, yeah. I go down to Long Beach, and a couple friends of mine that stay in town who don't go out of town. You know, in 3 weeks I'm going back home.
Right.
There's no point in me going twice. So a lot of people stay in town.
They
for
jack the prices
so
too on like airfare.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
I don't even pay attention.
It's a good thing you don't, because they jack the prices.
The last time I flew was a year ago. I've been driving everywhere if I've gone out of town. But yeah, we all kind of had like a potluck. Each person brought a dish. I brought gumbo, which is,
of course, which I've had and is delicious.
It was just a ridiculous amount of food for 10 people, and I mean like ridiculous amount of food. Yeah. So, but yeah, we had a great time. There was a dog there, and probably just got more attention than necessary. He's probably in a coma right now. Yeah. But yeah, so this episode, the Dunphys are hosting dinner at their house, and so each family's kind of getting ready to come over. It looked like Cam was like making desserts at their house, and Manny made the centerpiece for the table. And
which is one of the plot lines. Yeah, they had 4 different plot lines going this week, which is cool. You know, we've talked in the past how they weave everything together, and that's really nice. And then you have the Thanksgiving, and I like that they didn't sit down to dinner.
They never sat down. Yeah, I liked that too,
great.
where it wasn't like where that wasn't the ending that kind of bonded the family. But
we've seen that. That's been done.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the writers on the show are amazing, and I actually wanted to point out the wardrobe and the set design, because at the end when they are about to eat, Manny's just decked out in like a Thanksgiving themed color scheme like suit
Yes.
and a pumpkin tie, and I mean like that's so his character. And Luke's in a little casual like jeans and a little plaid shirt, and everyone kind of had their niche, and Lily's got a cute little bow, and like everyone had their thing, and it's like so true to their character of how they would dress for Thanksgiving, casual Thanksgiving at the family's house. And the set design is awesome, where Phil's trying to make his version of the table settings, having the 4 or 5 different tables and
Bistro style.
Yeah, putting pumpkins on top of vases and knocking over flowers and trying to make it a little more unique, I guess, because he gets inspired by Josh Gad, who plays Kenneth, who was
right. So now you were saying, who is he? He's in the movie.
He is from the movie 21. He's on a couple other shows right now, and he's just a great comedian. And Josh Gad comes in as a previous next door neighbor kid, and that looked up to Phil. And this is he's older than all 3 kids, so this is probably before they had kids, and they were brand new to the neighborhood and probably newly married also. And so he would come hang out because he's Kenneth on the show. He's at least 3 or 4 years older than their oldest daughter, Haley, who's about to graduate college, high school. So, yeah. And so he comes over and has this big speech to Phil about how he was such an inspiration to him, and then Phil kind of gets inspired off of that for the rest of the episode. And we
inspired by the guy who was inspired by him.
Yes, exactly.
So, rather than inspiring himself, he's gone this roundabout way.
Yeah. And we see a couple of I love when Phil and Luke make videos. They are like the best team, the best dynamic. They try so hard to, it's just like a very honest, genuine excitement that comes out of them that you kind of get engulfed with. No matter how stupid or childish the topic is, it's always very entertaining.
Yeah, I like the 2 of them. I've always said that that's the most obvious parent-child connection or combo. Like it's very obvious that Luke is his father.
Exactly.
So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I once again, we've talked about this in the past with good sitcoms. It starts with character and then
builds off that.
Doesn't
just
matter
putting
the
them in everyday situation. I mean, the situation could have just been dinner.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That was basically the situation, but there's just so much that goes off of each character is just so uniquely tweaked. It's it always brings good episodes together. So.
Yeah, for sure. And each thing is each conflict within the 4. One of the one plot line was the girls denting the car, but in the other ones that have the couples conflict, those are very couple things that are in there. There's one. There's with Cam and Mitchell. One is the tall tale teller. And the other one is the more grounded, and it's just like, oh, okay, can you please just stop? He's probably heard it a million times.
Yeah.
And he's heard it embellished, beyond the original. So these are just very, I think, really human, really relatable things. Where we've all sat through a friend's store and be like, you know what? You changed that detail from last time. You made that up.
I love how the Dreamers were not the Pritchett's. It was the 4. It was the 3 Pritchett's, and then Alex,
right?
The smart Dumphy.
Yes. She might have snuck in there, but she's she's
more her mother than her father.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, I was just just thinking about filming an episode like this. These guys have so much fun on set, and I'm sure the crew has an amazing time with them, and they've worked with them, 3 seasons, and they just know what the character would do, what these people would do in real life. And you can really tell that in every single episode with the wardrobe, the set design, just to the writing, to everything.
Yeah.
It's never too over the top. It's never cheesy.
Right.
It's just like spot on. And I really love how at the end they get together and actually chunk the pumpkin. Mm-hmm. And even then the Pritchett's kind of give in and they're like, oh, well, we kind of wished that it would work, and they kind of brought their spirits back up by going to get other pumpkins.
By stealing them.
Yeah.
They go and they steal them, which is a very
un-Pritchett
thing to do. But that's what you know, in any story, you want your characters to change, to go a little bit on the other side. So it's, you know, the dreamers were brought back to Earth because they realized they couldn't chunk the pumpkin so far. The Pritchetts were like, well, but they are having fun.
Yeah.
So they kind of, you know, met halfway. They're like, let's do it again. Let's all help. So, you know, once again, we've said, you know, it's the traditional format, you know, family values and all of these things, but done in a different way, which is always just so much fun to watch. This character, you know, I'm a little conflicted about introducing a character and then kind of dropping him halfway through the story with Kenneth.
Yeah, Kenneth.
So I would have liked to have seen him maybe continue, but I think that might just be a nitpicking thing because he kind of showed up, served his purpose in the plot.
Moved it forward.
Yeah, moved it forward and then stepped out.
Yeah.
So I guess the more I think about it, it's probably just better that way.
He actually affected Phil and Haley because he was talking about not going to college, and then, you know, Alex was looking up all the things that he'd done with the lingerie and the game site. That
I'm wearing one of his bras.
Running. Yeah.
I imagine that's not going to be the last time she says something.
Exactly. I wonder if he'll, you know, show up again because I was trying to think back actually to the past couple seasons if there was a character that did make that big of an impact that didn't show up again, and I couldn't think of one. I feel like he made a big impact on two people that you could pull stories from later on down the line. Obviously, the college story is going to come out for Haley at some point.
For sure.
But you never know. I actually don't know where he lives right now either. So he might not even live in the neighborhood still. He's probably just home for the holidays.
It might have just been passing through and reconnected.
But that's almost the same as Kevin Hart coming in on the episode a few episodes back.
He's a name, though. I imagine.
Yeah.
They would have spent a lot of money.
Josh Gad's kind of getting there too. He's
not Kevin Hart, though.
He's not Kevin Hart, but he's definitely a rising star in a pretty thick caliber. If you look up his IMDb, he's been in a ridiculous amount of things. But yeah,
I think one of the centerpiece plotline with Manny doing, like many things, like many storylines in Modern Family, it's about this, but then it comes out that you know, Gloria's parents were very, her mother, I should say, was very stifling and was very. How much are you conscious, like in your own life, are you conscious of the impact, positive or negative, that your parents may have had on you?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And it's not that, like, I would say that my dad definitely is the more positive, like, you go get him, I admire you type. My mom definitely does feel that way, but she's more of the cautious and doesn't fully understand, I guess, every idea I've had, or every, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, not that she would, like, negate what I'd want to do, but it was easier for her to pick out the harmful or negative parts of, say, skating or moving the act, or, you know what I mean? Just things of that nature. Not saying don't go do it, but, you know. Just
being more pragmatic or more, like, you know.
But it's good to have a balance of both. You have to. I mean, it's not great to have, you know, 100% positivity and where you're just blind, and as soon as you get out into the real world, you become jaded because you realize that your mom just filled you up with cotton candy, basically.
I actually just had this conversation with my fiance.
I'm going to bring up Forrest Gump to negate that.
Oh, yeah?
How's that?
His mom filled his head, and he was fine.
Yeah, but he
Come on now.
No,
he Forrest Gumped his way through life.
I agree with being positive 100%, and even putting a positive spin on the negative, just letting people be aware of it.
For Forrest Gump, though, and this is pretty funny that we're using him as the example of anything, but for Forrest Gump, I feel like it was the world that kind of brought him back down to reality. It was, you know, the Vietnam War, and it was the horror of war, that, you know, the people that he loved were going to be taken away, and then
which Manny will reach one day.
Yes, he will. He will see the horrors of war that is real life. But yeah, I'm in agreement with you. I think you do need that balance. And I just had this conversation with my fiance over lunch, we were talking about, what types of parents we want to be and how
these are the type of conversations you have with fiancés.
This is what you want to make sure. Yeah.
You guys ready? You about to propose to your girlfriend?
We're doing the 20 questions.
Vice versa
and then,
to your boyfriend.
And you want to know, be like, what is your philosophy of, well, I have a friend that broke up with her boyfriend because he was not interested in having kids. It's a big deal. So it's like
well, with kids, yeah, that's a big question, but this conversation of
what kind of parent are you gonna be?
It's a little bit different. You already know you're gonna have kids together,
right?
That's out. That's out.
If it happens,
yeah,
because it could also not happen.
Yeah, but you guys are open for.
We're definitely open to it for sure. And so there's this consideration of what kind of parents are we gonna be, and really the only, unless you study it, unless you're like an anthropologist, your only frame of reference is your own parents. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of times that will cloud, scare, or befuddle you even as to what kind of parent you're going to be, what type
I would
of
say your main frame of reference is your own parents, but I definitely, I have a lot of family friends that I'm really close with, their entire family, kids I babysit or kids that I grew up with. So I understand differences, especially within the kids I babysit, seeing how the parents interact with a 10-year-old child in a household that's not that it's like, a free-for-all, but it's not as strict as another family household that I go to, and I see the difference in the impact on the kids that are the exact same age, and not that either parent or either parenting skill is wrong or right, but you see how the one who actually talks to their kid as an open-minded adult and actually gives them, real life advice and doesn't really like shelter them as much as the other family. I just see a difference in the kids just in general, and so it's and I can take parts from here and there,
right, and
then from my own life experience of growing up for sure. But
Well, what I pointed out was that if, assuming there is a couple, and it obviously doesn't have to be man or woman, but it can, within a couple, it's this idea that you're creating almost, you are in a perfect world, in a happily coupled couple, you are a unit. So it's not necessarily just, your dad's parenting or your mom's parenting or your mom's parenting and your mom's parenting, dad. It's the combination of the two of you. Like you said with your parents, you had one who was the go get 'em, positive, do it, and the other one that's a bit more pragmatic. Well, just, tie your shoes before you leave, kind of thing. And so that ends up being the style. And I think a lot of times we get locked in our own heads. Well, I believe this, and I'm going to do this, and when I have my kid, it's going to be like this. Well, if you're in a committed couple, it's a little bit different because it's not just going to be you. It's going to be the two of you. So it's now the two. What kind of you're literally a unified front. What is that couple is a separate thing. And
then I bet I can't speak for myself, but I bet as soon as the kid comes, everything
that's just
changes.
It. Everything, yeah, right. That's the X factor. It doesn't matter what your philosophy or your thinking or what your approach is. If the kid is ADD, if the kid doesn't care, if the kid is
you have to adjust.
Real quick. It's a crapshoot. Maybe it's just not worth it.
Yeah, I was like, I'll stick to no kids. No.
I'll just stick to watching other people's kids on Modern Family.
My nephew, and then I'll send him home. I'll stick to watching Modern Family. I get the whole feel. For like my
I used to be a teacher
minutes.
too, and that was the thing that I loved, is that come 5 or 6 o'clock. That was the after school program. 3:30 was when most of the kids went home. I stuck around for the after school. 6 o'clock. At 6 o'clock.
What age range?
Kindergarten through 6th grade, so elementary school. And come 6 o'clock, we hand them back. It's just like, thank you. You feed them. You put them to bed. You do the homework. You do all that. So it's get to play with them, get to teach them, and then
go away.
Thank you. Good night.
Yeah. Nice. Well, I think we should take a quick break.
Yeah, let's take a quick break.
And we'll come back and chat some more about Modern Family.
AfterBuzz TV.
Hi, I was once like you, a lazy, angry loner whose only joy was watching TV and surfing the net. And, like you, after I'd see one of my favorite TV shows, I'd be so excited and have so many questions that I'd actually have to talk to my douchebag coworkers about it at the water cooler. Then I discovered AfterBuzzTV.com. AfterBuzz TV produces after-show webcasts and podcasts for TV series of all kinds, like post-game wrap-up shows for all your favorite TV shows. AfterBuzz TV hosts are industry insiders who break down episodes of shows, take calls from fans, and interview cast and crew from each series, with over 60 different after shows, from Boardwalk Empire to American Idol to Vampire Diaries to Real Housewives, and more. Now, after a night of TV, I can ignore my stupid coworkers, who I hate, and go straight to my desk and watch or listen to all my favorite AfterBuzz TV after shows, and have all the TV fan interaction I need. Thank you, AfterBuzz TV.
AfterBuzz TV. What do you want to buzz about?
The voice kind of reminds me of the neighbor
By the way,
from.
go ahead. Sorry.
Oh,
The
Finish your
neighbor
thought.
from
Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Fair enough.
Carl. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, what are you doing over
By the
here?
way, so we a lot of people want to share Thanksgiving with us, and
Yeah.
All right.
so I'd figure why not come back in with a caller?
Woo.
And hold on one second, I gotta look up the.
You got a caller.
All right, so this is number 956 area code. You are live.
Hello, hello.
Hello. We're a little bit far from you.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Good. Are you listening to our show?
Yes, we're watching and listening to you. Very interesting.
Where are you calling from?
From Texas,
Oh,
Where in
all right.
from the border
Texas?
town in Laredo.
Oh yeah, Laredo. I'm actually from Austin, Texas,
And I'm from San Antonio.
Oh, well.
so we're all Texans here.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Yes, very nice.
Can you
Very
can
nice
you
and
can you turn down your
with the
computer?
family and everything.
Can you turn down your computer volume, please?
Can you turn down your computer?
There we go. Getting some
Is it better
feedback
now?
there.
Yes,
yeah.
thank you.
A little bit of feedback, but now we're good.
So are you a parent, sir?
Am I very? Yes.
Okay, so we were talking about kids. How does when teaching your kids what philosophy do you let are you married? Are you married to a woman?
Yes, I'm married. I've been married twice, and I have 7 kids.
Okay.
7.
All right, so you're the one to ask.
Yeah, you've been through it
And
all.
Yes. I do believe that the approach of both of you is very interesting and very, very down to earth. And the approach that both parents have to cooperate and be in accord to grow up, to make the kids grow up properly, that's very, very
Essential.
real, very real.
Uh-huh.
So I like the show. I like you guys talking and keeping conversation among yourselves and allowing the public to go in and give you their opinions. I think this is fantastic.
Great.
Just keep up the good work. And have a good evening.
All right. Thank you so much.
You too. Oh, it's really nice.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, it's really nice.
Yeah.
We got fans all over the place.
Oh man, all from Texas.
All from Texas.
Only people in Texas are watching our podcast.
Well, I have another friend from Texas. So we'll do a shout out to Tiffany King, who's following us and watching us.
Nice.
Yeah, it's weird. Modern Family. Just the title alone. It's evolving, it's changing, yet there are still some basic things that we want, you know?
The
And
classic elements to any family, you know? And then
support, goofiness, seriousness. You need both sides, you know? You need both the fun, but the grounded.
I just, this casting director got the eye, because you can tell while watching them at the football field and Ed O'Neill's helping push like Eric Stone Street back, and it's just like these people are a family, essentially. You know, this is not, they're great actors, but this is not them having to force this.
Right.
You know, this is them naturally just coming out as a family and portraying this whole world to us, and it's great. I mean, I absolutely love it, and especially holiday episodes. They always nail it on holiday episodes. They always come together. Like last year, they had they did Halloween. It was
Halloween
a big
episode,
and they had a haunted house inside the house, and yeah, it's just they just do it. So like everyone's always up for it, whether Ed O'Neill, who plays Jay, is against it. He always goes through with it. Like, you know what I mean? He does it because it's his family and he loves it. You know, he's probably the one, and Mitchell, who the two of them are kind of like skittish on doing things, but they do them anyway to please Cam, to please Gloria, to please the kids. You know, Julie Bowen, and Julie takes care. She has 4 kids in my eyes, taking care of Ty.
Right, he's the big kid.
Yeah, exactly.
The most dangerous one, because sometimes she'll come home and he's got some crazy scheme
up his sleeve somehow,
going,
and got
on
the
his
kids
head.
in it. Yeah, exactly. I would love for him to actually invent something, because he does come up. He has great little quirky ideas.
Yeah.
You know.
The aspirin gun.
Yeah. Predicting.
Predictions.
Well, it sounded like you wanted a prediction there.
That's right. I want to predict what his amazing
Talents might
invention
bring
will
him.
be. Yeah.
I feel like Luke could invent something too, like gum that doesn't give you cavities, or
It'll,
something kid-like.
Something self-serving. It'll definitely be something that he needs. You know.
Exactly. My only predictions is, because I know that they only have a few more episodes left until the wrap of the season, we're going to see more of Kevin Hart. Hopefully we'll go back to the storyline with
David Cross.
Yes, Julie Bowen and David Cross,
Yeah.
and the election, and maybe we'll resolve the Haley issue. Maybe it's going to be saved for season 4. I don't know. That's been in every single episode, so it's leading up to something, and then everybody else is just going to be their quirky, crazy selves.
Yeah. I think I think we're going to see 2 breakouts from Haley. There's gonna be a crossroads coming up with the college decision, and I think Manny is the one who's starting to kind of push the boundaries still, and I think something is going to happen there. And then we talked about last week how with Ty's promotion.
Yeah.
You know, what that's going to entail at the
Which
new
wasn't touched on right now, but that, you know, they're off work.
It's the holidays.
So, yeah.
So I predict maybe in the new year. But I'm excited. I love watching this show.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a really good show.
It's insanely great. I should go online and read some of the scripts. I'm sure there's some scripts out there to read.
Yeah, it's on the movie front, it's award season, so a lot of movie scripts are online as well.
Nice.
So
Nice. Yeah, these guys. Sophia's going to be in... is she in Tom Cruise's new movie?
The Mission Impossible?
MI3?
Yeah.
I don't know.
3 or 4?
I don't know.
It's one of those. 7?
Sure.
I think she is. I feel like they all might have something in the works as this... It's probably done filming right now, but as the hiatus comes up.
I don't see her in that.
Maybe it's somebody else that looks similar.
Yes. They'll bring somebody sexy.
Someone nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anything you want to plug, Mario?
We got some improv shows coming up later in December, so we'll plug those as they come up. But you can always follow me on Twitter, Cinemario, Cinemario.
And you can follow my Twitter, Shannon Joy Rodgers. And
the J is for joy.
The J is for joy. I am one letter away from it being Shannon Joy Rodgers, but it's like Shannon Joe Rodgers. Yeah. I can't put the Y in there. Yeah.
Shannon Joe is too.
I'm one character too long for it to be my full name. Supposedly you can pay like $500. I don't need that.
No.
It doesn't. It sounds kind
trying
of
to make money. Not
yeah.
spend money.
Exactly. Pay me Twitter and verify me.
Yes.
There we go. All right. Yeah.
And just some quick plugs for AfterBuzz in general.
Yeah.
You know, we are now on YouTube, so this show, if you're watching on Ustream, or if you're listening to it on iTunes, which most of you are, you know, you can check it out on YouTube at youtube.com/AfterBuzzTV. We make it simple that way. And as always, you know, these guys are doing a great job. They're here every week. I mean, Christ, it's the day after Thanksgiving.
The day after
so
honestly,
you know what?
I had nothing to do. I'm just kidding.
No, fair enough. But
no, I love coming out here. It's fun.
all that we ever ask of our fans is just tell your friends. You know, if you like us, just spread the word like wildfire.
Yeah.
That's all.
It's fun.
Thank you.
And
And
reach,
if you
and
guys
reach
have,
out to us.
Yeah, reach out to us if you have topics you want us to talk about. We're more than willing to, shoot an email to the info at AfterBuzz, and
Or just, I mean, I would say
us or-
tweet these guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These
Directly.
guys
Tweet
are
us
much.
directly. Sure.
If you guys
I'll bring
have some,
stuff in.
if you guys have more like general questions, by all means, email us at info@AfterBuzz. But these guys will literally answer your. I mean, you will, right?
Yeah.
I'm not
Absolutely.
making false promises here.
Yeah, yeah.
That would suck.
I will deny anyone who tries to add me on Twitter.
And if you want to visit Shannon at her house, her address is
Yeah.
6432
That's not it at
North
all.
La Cienega. No?
Yeah, North La Cienega, far north. Well, that's it for me, Shannon Rodgers, and
Mario Hernandez.
All right.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.